anyone who has managed in his lifetime both to have the courage to go to Moscow and stand out against hatred of gay people in circumstances which literally put his own life at risk, and equally, perhaps the only person who's had the courage to do this, to attempt to arrest Robert Mugabe. And I'm wondering if I can ask him perhaps to arrest the chief executive, the leader of the council, and maybe the director of the public realm, Jamie Blake, to stop this transfer going ahead. It seems that he might be able to do that single-handed. But seriously, I am very, very pleased to welcome the next speaker. He has an unparalleled record of campaigning for gay rights. He is also the Green Party candidate for Oxford, I believe, in the next perspective in the next election. A man with a long, long record of campaigning on environmental issues. I can't think of someone better as the final speaker tonight. Please welcome Peter Tatchell.
Well, I'm very, very proud to be here to express my support and solidarity with Phill Maxwell and with Unison. Particularly, not exclusively, but particularly because Phill and I go back about 3 decades, about 30 years. And I've known his work in the Labour Party, in the local community, in the trade union movement. And it's a very, very proud record to have. And I think the way he has been treated really made me very, very angry. The fact that he had a complaint about homophobia and that the council did not properly investigate it, that they looked into the issue and then decided it didn't merit a full proper investigation, wouldn't allow any additional information to be added, wouldn't allow any of Phil's co-workers to be interviewed and to give statements. That to me is a really shabby way to treat someone who actually has brought to this borough a great deal of credit in the work he's done for the waste management project. You know, the awards, the accolades, the recognition that this project has achieved is something that this council ought to be really proud of. And ought to be particularly proud of the person who's pioneered it and made it happen. And, you know, you ask yourself, you know, what council in their right mind wants to get rid of a worker who's produced a project that has been so successful and achieved so much, which has won so much acclaim? They ought to be shouting from the rooftops with pride that this man and this project and the people, all the other people involved with it, have done something of such credit to this borough. So that's to me really what this is all about. It's about not treating employees with respect, not valuing their work, and not recognising their achievements and the benefits they've brought. And that isn't just about Phill, it's about all workers in this borough. It's about everyone who has made a contribution to ensuring that we have in this community a range of good, worthwhile and beneficial services. I think also, of course, the other issue is privatisation. And there's no doubt about it that this is just the latest of many, many ongoing local authority privatisations. And we all know from our own experience what privatisation usually results in. It results in the cutting of services and the cutting of jobs. And in this particular case, I think the company to which the project is now being transferred, they do not have a good, commendable record on a whole range of issues. They do not inspire trust and confidence that they will carry on the work that Phill and others have begun. I don't think they have the same public service ethos because, of course, they're a private company and they want to maximise the profits for their shareholders. So they're going to have to make the cuts, make the economies in order to cream off that little bit extra so that the people who have invested in this company get a return. And inevitably, as happens with every privatisation, services suffer. I mean, I just think back, you know, I suppose a good example is the railways. And we were told this was going to be a great, fantastic example of how the private sector could take over the failure of British rail and produce something modern and efficient and so on. You know, 30 years ago, I used to travel around the country a lot for the work I did. And I used to go almost every day on train to Birmingham, Brighton, Manchester, Leeds. And you know, I can hardly ever remember a British rail train being late. Yes, it happened once or twice, you know, occasionally, but it was really, really rare. And just look at what the balkanisation of the rail service and network has resulted in. Not only interminable delays and late services, but also precisely the cost cutting and job cutting. That is the hallmark of all privatisation. So I'm just really here to express my support and solidarity with Phill, with Unison and with all of you in the hope that we will work together to resolve these issues and defeat the Council's attempt to transfer Phill and to privatise the waste management project. Waste education.